Now we will start with the topic of reflection of light. So this is one of the phenomena associated with light, which tells that whenever light is traveling into a medium and it strikes any surface, the light reflects back into the same medium, giving us a phenomena of reflection of light. That means light is traveling into a medium. If it strikes an object or any surface, the light will get reflected back into the same medium. So the bouncing back of light into the same medium when it strikes a surface is called as reflection of light. The best example I can tell you about reflection of light is the sensation of vision. Let me explain you a concept of luminous object and non-luminous object, or you can call it as a primary source of light or a secondary source of light. So first of all, tell me, what is a luminous object? The object that emits light of its own is called as a luminous object. You can call such object as a primary source of light. Primary source of light. And you can take an example, sun. So sun is the primary source of light. The light from the sun directly reaches us and we get the sensation of vision. But there are certain objects which are called as non-luminous, but still we can see such objects. Like we are non-luminous object, we don't have any light of it own, but you can see us, or we can see the world around us only whenever light strikes us. Can we see ourselves in the night? Can we ourselves in the dark? No, we cannot see. That means now you can see me because some light is incident on me and it is getting reflected from my body, so that you can see me, right? That means what is a non-luminous object? The object which cannot light of its own, or you can call such object as a secondary source of light. Secondary source of light. Or example I can say is the moon. Moon is not having any light of its own, but when light from the sun strikes the moon, it bounces back. That means what takes place over there? Reflection of light takes place, and if that light reaches us, that means we get the sensation of vision of the moon. That means we can see the moon only because of phenomena of reflection of light. So any object we see around us, if it is non-luminous or if it is a secondary source of light, we can see that object only because of reflection of light. So whenever light is traveling into a medium, strikes a surface, it bounces back. This phenomena is called as reflection of light. One more important thing I would like to tell you about reflection of light, that whenever this phenomenon takes place, remember, there is no change of medium. So during this phenomena, you have to remember, no change of medium of light takes place. There is no change of medium. That means the parameter associated with wave, like frequency, speed and the wavelength, all remain same. That means if we talk about the incident wave and the reflected wave, you can take any example. Suppose this is any surface. I'll explain it in detail. If any surface is there and if light strikes that surface, if it gets reflected, you call this ray as the incident ray and you call this ray as the reflected ray. So incident ray will have some frequency, it will have some speed, it will have some wavelength. Now since reflected ray also lies in the same medium, because during reflection of light it bounces back into the same medium, so the frequency, speed and the wavelength of the reflected wave will be same as that of the incident wave. So remember, whenever reflection of light takes place, there is no change in frequency, speed or the wavelength of wave. One parameter can change, that is the intensity of light. Sometimes light incident on the surface, the entire light gets reflected, or sometimes a part of the light gets absorbed. So that may change the intensity of the reflected wave, but frequency, speed and the wavelength of a wave will never change. That means will always remains constant. Thank you.